Just does not want to come out today. My gosh. Uh, this is by far the weirdest Mercury retrograde interruption I've ever had. Let's go ahead and just get in before God knows what else happens. Oh, good Lord. I think I probably have like 2 or 3 lives going on at once right now. It was so weird. If you're just seeing this video, there is a part 1. I'm sorry about the disconnection. I don't know why there's 2, but my app crashed, zoomed out from the app of YouTube. I got back into the YouTube to resume my video and it didn't let me. So it just forced me to reshoot a new live while the other live was still streaming, still getting comments, still people watching. So that was really, really weird. And then I started another live and it wouldn't connect to the internet. So it just zoomed out. It wouldn't allow me to continue. So anyways, I'm here. This is my 3rd attempt to finish the part 2 of the Mr. and Mrs. Big reading. I think so far it's been pretty good. Again, just really sorry about the interruption between videos, but shit happens. And I think we're going to make it work with our reading anyways. So big deep breath, ladies and gents. We're going to get through this reading wonderfully. As I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by the universe, sometimes, you know, masculine, you want to worry about this person. You want to worry about what happened to this lover over here. You feel guilty. Okay, you, Mr. Big in the middle, King, Emperor, you feel guilty about what this person's going through because you brought somebody else into the mix. So you might have a lot of guilt. I wouldn't feel very bad because this person is going to have a new life and a new opportunity at happiness. But if you want to drag them down, if you want to, you know, hang on to both people or stay confused for a while, or you want to keep this person hanging on and this person hanging on, that's the bad karma that you don't want to sow. The best karma you want to sow is just to tell this person the truth and let them know, you know what, I did have an affair. The best thing you could say that would be more in your favor, I didn't mean for it to happen. I didn't intend to do that to you. I didn't control myself. I had a yearning to do this and it was wrong. And I'm sorry I hurt you. But I'm not going to lie to you anymore and tell you that I'm happy in this relationship or I'm satisfied, because I'm not. And I would be lying to you and stringing you along to believe that this wouldn't happen again with her, him, or someone else. So as much as I want to fix this, as much as I want to make it up to you, as much as I want to be sorry, as much as I feel bad and guilty for not being good to you, this is who I am. I have to deal with it. And you are off the hook. I want you to go be free with our kids or whatever the fuck. I love my children. I don't want to be separated from them, but I don't have my shit together. And I think the fear with the moon in reverse is, what if my kids won't love me? What if our parents think bad of me? What if you want to take the children from me? Okay, what if you want to disappear and like move to Europe without me? You know, there's a fear with the moon card in reverse that if you come clean, Mr. Big, that shit's just going to befall you. And it's going to wreck your life. And maybe in Sex and the City, that's why Mr. Big waited till his kids were full grown and in college by the time he left his wife and got with SJP, Sarah Jessica Parker. Because at that point, the ex-wife had no power over him. She couldn't take the kids. She couldn't keep them from him. She couldn't tell the kids bad things about him. It was just separation. The kids already have their beliefs. Now, I'm sure when the kids find out, you know, oh, dad got with, you know, this person that was from the past and he had an affair on mom, you know, they might think bad of you, but at least they'll say, you know what? At least he stayed with the same person. At least he wanted to be with his Two of Cups. At least he wasn't jumping around from person to person to person to person. At least it was with one person that he had feelings for, but he stuck around for us anyways. You know, and I don't think there's going to be bad feelings with that. Now, it gets a little bit more tricky if you're worried that you don't have that kind of time and that you need to get honest with this person. And there may very well be some problems between you guys and the children. That may be a very real thing. If you guys are watching this in the chat, can you please put yes in the chat? I see one chat and it's by a Mosaic Cosmos and it's the letter F. And I have no clue what the letter F is all about, but that's the only thing I have. And then I have Kiska, found you. That's it. And I think the chat stopped. So I don't know what's going on with Mercury retrograde, but if you are watching this, please comment on here. See, Kiska says, weird, I can't see you guys. Yeah, there's hardly any other comments. I don't know if that's working. Okay, there's Ashley. She says yes. So someone else came in to comment, so that's good. Okay, so the chat may be working now. Okay, Royal King, people are on a different link. Thank you so much. Can you let them know that I'm over here? Because that link is crazy. It's just Mercury retrograde. Kiska, I'm confused. Thanks. I thought it was just me. No, it's not just you. Please let everyone know on the other links. Stephanie has a new live link and blame it on Mercury retrograde because that's what the fuck happened. Technology went batshit crazy. Okay. So anyways, don't feel weird about your situation. Know that this happened for a reason, as I left it off on the other video. Two of Cups is a destined lover relationship, if you can read that. Two of Cups is destined lovers, past life lovers, lovers that were meant to meet, lovers that were meant to have an affair or relationship or love, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they were meant to have it. Even Jamie and Claire had affairs in that series, The Outlander. So, you know, there is this deep connection. And even though you may have been a person coming into this relationship after the fact of this other person, you may very well have already been married to this soul before this incarnation ever happened. So you see, time can be very weird. You may feel like this is your spouse and this person came in on your love connection. That might be what you feel. But it was past life. Or it might be you came in and this person, you know, was already married and whatever happened and you were destined to be together. Okay? So take it how it resonates, see how it fits. But let's go ahead and continue with the Mr. Big or Mrs. Big story. Okay? Whew. So anyways, before I got cut off, this person over here that wanted the long term, wanted the marriage, was treated unfairly, was living in a Barbie world like a Barbie girl. A life of plastic, isn't it fantastic? You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Sorry guys, I really went there. Come on Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's stuck in my head. I think I need to just complete this. This person over here is just living a lie, basically, living a dream, living a fantasy, living a show, living a fake ass fucking life. And that's no way to live. To be a fake motherfucker, a Barbie girl in a Barbie world is no way to be. You're never going to have love. You're never going to have full passion. You're never going to have that commitment. Now, some people are okay with that. Some people are like, I don't care about sex and passion. I don't care about commitment and the relationship being down the toilet. I don't care if I only see them on holidays or we're just a picture family. We're not really a good family. We're just a picturesque family. I don't care if I live in Karmicville, aka Pleasantville, and I just announce what dinner we're having, but I know that life sucks. I don't care. I want that life. I want the life that is fake. And there are some people that want it. Maybe their parents have the same kind of life. Fake. Very fake. You know, that could be them. That could be you. You're just going to have to ask yourselves those questions and get those answers. Is that the life you want to live? And is that the kind of person you want to be tied to? Because like I said earlier before the cutoff, with the Oracle card, you know when your person is unfaithful. You feel it in their kiss, and you feel it when they're with you. You feel it when they're gone. You sense it. It's just a knowing. Every woman has been there, most at least, even men have been there, and you feel it. There's no debunking that. I mean, it is what it is. It's a knowing and it's an intuition. It's a feeling. So anyways, let's get the next card. It doesn't feel good, I can assure you that. It doesn't feel good. Temporary. Lover of the night. Lover of the night. So this wife or this husband feels like their spouse only has a temporary arousal or attraction with a stripper, a porn habit, a sexual partner that is not permanent, just temporary. Somebody feels like this is going to come and this is going to go. Okay, so the person that's here for the long term feels like their cheating is only temporary. They're going to be back home. They're going to be back over here committed. This is just a passing fling. They're there for the long haul. This other person is just, this person over here is just fucking temporary. Bye, sweets. You know, you're wrong. Whoever this is, you're wrong. This is more than just temporary. Okay, Two of Cups is not lover of the night. I think there is some misunderstanding here. Two of Cups is, excuse me, what the fuck? No. Our love is on the mend. We love each other. We're destined, and I'm in the spotlight. Okay, so this other person's like, if you think I'm just passing by, passing through town, and I'm just going to disappear in 6 months, you're fucking wrong. I'm going nowhere. And so this is where you get the catty fight, right? This is where this shit begins. Discord, 5 of Wands, the fight, and the back and forth. This person thinks this relationship is cheap and tawdry, and this person believes they're solid, and this is permanent. This is the long haul. But all the while, they're ignoring their intuition with the Oracle and the divorce card. They know they need to divorce this fucker because Mr. Big or Mrs. Big isn't fucking worth it. They're not getting the fair end of the deal here. 6 of Pentacles, reciprocity. They're only being treated however which way for the limelight. They're only being treated as a family and a unit when it comes to the holidays, or the birthdays, or the Facebook, or the TikTok, or the whatever the fuck social media is, or just for the family in general. And I know it had a good ending, but the Johnson family vacation, minus the ending where they ended up back together, he wanted to go to the family reunion with his wife and kids to show his brother and his mom that he was still married. Because the mother and the brother thought he was having problems with the wife and they weren't going to last. He wanted to show them wrong, so he wanted to lie to them and make it look like they weren't having problems. But in reality, in the Johnson family vacation, she moved out and had her own house. And she may have even started dating. So they were separated. Now, I know it ended well. It's a fucking like Disney movie, basically. It's happily ever after ending. But in reality, this is kind of what that is. Let's go to the Johnson family vacation. Show everyone we're still married. We're still a family for Christmas or reunions or birthdays or holidays or whatever. Let's go show them what a tight-ass family unit we are. And they don't know the real dirty. They don't know the in and outs of the relationship and the day in and the day out, ups and downs, trials and tribulations, the lack of sex, the lack of sleep, the lack of honesty. Basically just lack, okay? Other people don't realize that there's a lot of lack. So if you want to live that lie, but that's the truth, and this is the truth. There is hot sex going on here. There is passion. There is ass smacking. There is lip biting. There is soul sucking. There is, in a good way, okay, soul sucking in a good way. There is I want to fuck your mind, body, and soul going on over here. Okay, I'm going to fuck your brains out. Excuse my French. Again, I tried to warn everyone in part 1. It's a sexy adult reading, and if there is some tawdry bullshit ass words that you don't want to hear, now is the time to click out, because you will be offended and your panties will begin to give you a wedgie. You won't be able to handle the sex talk in this reading. So please just feel free to exit. This one's a little too heated for you, a little too hot. Okay? But I just want you to know that's what's going on. Okay? Yeah, Ollie. Soul sucking in a good way. I'm going to suck your soul off, baby. That's what that shit is. I'm not just going to suck you. I'm going to suck your soul off in a good way. You know, this is that crazy shit, that crazy love. You know, it's in the spotlight because damn. Because god damn. You know, this is that hot, passionate, romantic sex, and it is a destined relationship. It's not just a fly-by-night, I'm gonna fuck you, you know, and pay you $20 after your little after show on the pole. Okay, this is, I'm gonna come and see you and wine and dine you. I'm gonna bring you flowers, I'm gonna bring you wine, I'm gonna rub your feet, I'm gonna kiss your legs, I'm gonna, you know, make love to you. I'm going to go down on you. I'm going to play with your hair. I'm going to, you know, cuddle with you. I'm going to sleep with you. I'm going to rest in your arms. You know, this is that passionate love. It's not just wham, bam, thank you, man. But this person over here thinks that's what it is. Oh, they're just getting their rocks off. They're just fucking slapping it out there. Boom, it's done. And they're back home. Honey, you couldn't be more far from the truth. You're in so much denial. This person's just not whipping it out, licking and sticking it. This person is making love, making babies, okay? Possibly making babies. That's 2 of Cups. Sharing the DNA. It's where the, you know, the caduceus, I think it's called, comes together, the blending of water, the blending of DNA, the blending of, you know, 2 become 1. Okay? The cups blend to become a marriage, a union, to become something. So, yeah, this is a mixed relationship here. And it's more than just sex. It's destiny, it's love, it's passion, it's romance, it's confusion, it's madness, it's pain, and it's pleasure. And it's also on the mend. And that's just kind of reiterating what was in part 1. So if you want to catch more about this sexy ass love reading, go to part 1. Catch up with this sexy ass love reading that I've already done. Okay? So anyways, this one over here, it's I love you and I care for you and I'm dedicated to you, 6 of Pentacles. I want to be here for the long haul. You know, whatever you're doing right now, it's temporary. It's going to go away. I'm still going to be here in the long term. Okay? I'm still going to be here when you're done with this person. I'm still going to be here. That's how this person feels. And that may be so in many different aspects. You may always be their best friend. You may always be someone they want to hug and turn to, or see at a holiday party or be there, you know, on their deathbed. You may always be someone special in their life. But the passion and the romance left, unfortunately, a long time ago. And the passion and the love is down the toilet. The commitment, the vows that you took. I will love you and cherish you for better and worse, thick and thin, richer or poor, till death do you part. You want to honor those vows, but half of them are already fucking broken. There is no honor you. There is no be loyal to you. There is no sickness and in health. There is no better and worse. It got worse, and Mr. or Mrs. Big got better somewhere else. They didn't turn to you. And that's the ugly truth. And I told you earlier in part 1, I resonate with both sides of the story, so please don't think that I'm taking sides. I explained myself in part 1. If you need to hear where I'm coming from in this reading, please go to part 1. I'm not saying there's no love here, but I am saying the passion has been left out the window, because what left is there when there's been infidelity? What is there left? The person that did me dirty, I still loved him very much, and best friend love, soulmate love, kiss the top of his forehead, kiss his eyes love, be there if he ever needed me love, still attracted to him love, loved his family love, loved our family love. But the passion that we shared was gone. And we could still have good sex, but it would never return to the same. It would never return to the earth-shattering, soul-shaking, blow my mind, I'm one with you, we share the same soul, be inside of me, mind, body, soul experience. It would never be that again. And it never was. To be honest, would sleep with him and cry a little bit, just a tear or so, and I would cry at the death of our passion. In the midst of having good sex, I would shed a tear, because as much as I felt him and was on him and kissing him and whatever, I felt the absence of what used to be there, and I would shed a tear because it was carnal. And my soul and my spirit was mourning and grieving the death of a lover that was gone. It was a grief. It was a grief. And I had to go through that. And for many years, I tried to make it work with grief sex. It's going to get better. We're going to heal. We're going to pray. We went to church. I fucking saw tarot readers. I fucking did spells. Like, I did everything to try to get my love back. Tried to get my love back. But it was ruined. It was just ruined. Not completely, but enough. The love that we still shared would always keep us connected, and I still love him to this day. Even in death, I still love him, and I still honor my love for him and our soul contract. But our passionate, romantic energy did leave the building, and it just, I couldn't get that back as much as I tried to get it back. This person over here, you know it's over. Relate the love, the passion, the commitment, the honesty, and the trust is down the motherfucking toilet. And it doesn't matter how much you want to stick around long term. It's just never going to go back to the way it motherfucking was. And I think you need to honor that. I think if you're going to take my advice as a woman who's been there and motherfucking done that with 2 kids and, you know, almost 15 years of love, I think you should take my motherfucking advice that it doesn't matter how many spells you want to light up. It doesn't matter how many oracles you want to see, no matter how many psychics you want to see, no matter how many times you pray to God, no matter how many counselors and priests and pastors you want to talk to about your marriage. It doesn't motherfucking matter, because when that trust is broken, it's fucking broken. And you can still love that fucking person, but it will never be the same. There is a death, period. And you need to allow it to happen, and you need to grieve properly. Make your decision about it, but if you think that this is just going to be a temporary situation, it's not. You are going to suffer long term the more you want to sit in this fucking relationship. Because every time you fuck them, every time you go to sleep with them, every time you smile for a fucking picture at Christmas, every time you fucking cook something for them, always in the back of your head is going to be, do they wish they were with the other person? Are they fucking me and thinking about the other person? Do they really love me? How long is this going to last before he does it again? What if I fuck up and don't keep his interest and he does it again because I'm not keeping his fucking interest alive? You're going to put so much pressure on yourself in that relationship to keep the attention of someone that Spirit's really trying to separate you from. Spirit's like, let it break. Let your heart break. Let this break. Mourn, cry, grieve, curse the storm, curse the universe, curse the dark. But don't curse the dark because you refuse to turn the light on when you have the light switch in your hand the entire time. Don't curse the dark for that. Don't tell the world, fuck off, when you're the one that has the answer and the antidote. If you want to heal, if you want to get out of this fucking turmoil and torture, by the way, get the fuck out of it. That's why you have the divorce card. Mr. or Mrs. Big is in the fucking middle. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt the kids, possibly, if there is. They don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want to hurt their 2 of cups. Right? I don't fucking want to hurt anybody. So they want to lie. They want to play both sides. They want to go here. They want to go there. They want to be mad at themselves. They want to hate themselves. They want to curse the dark too. But it's hard when you have to make responsible decisions. So anyways, it's hard. And, you know, don't curse the dark. Okay, guys? Turn on the light. Turn on the light switch. Click. Turn it on. Deal with it. I'm sorry you're under the illusion that this is a temporary situation and it's going to go away, but it won't. And I guarantee you, you know, even 6 years down the road, you're going to be fucking cooking dinner or, you know, putting on some lingerie for the next fucking anniversary, and you're still going to feel it. And it's going to fucking hurt you. And you're going to promise yourself and you're going to promise this person you forgave him. I forgave you and I love you and I'm over it. Let's be a family. That's number 1. But it will always haunt you. The relationship's over. You just have to choose to let it go.
You control. I've been tripping on that all day when I keep wanting to see Auntie and Uncle Ben and you. I keep tripping on your control all day when I play those games.
I'm sorry, baby. Can you close my door?
Why does that happen to me?
I don't know, but have fun playing your game.
I want to see you.
Okay. I need to cleanse and get more into this reading, so you need to let me go.
But I want to. Messages?
All right. The truth is the truth, whether you like it or not. And the truth will set you free. The truth doesn't want to hurt you. The truth wants to free you from your cage, your karmic cage. Okay, so now we're going to go into Mr. Big. Are you ready? Are you all ready to see Mr. Big? I feel like we're, God, have you guys seen that movie, The Women? It's got, oh gosh, the girl from Sleepless in Seattle, Meg Ryan. It's got Eva Menendez. It's got Cameron Diaz, I think. I don't know. It's got Jada Pinkett Smith. It's got some good, I don't know. They never even showed her husband. Like, I never even knew who the actor was that was her husband. I don't remember seeing him. But he was like Mr. Big. You know, in the movie The Women, he had an affair with a woman. He was paying for her apartment. He was in a relationship with her. He was telling her he's going to leave the wife, but he didn't. And he played Meg Ryan. You know, she was the one at home making a garden and raising a family and sacrificing her career for him. And, you know, it was a mess. And he just led them both on. And, yeah, we're going to get into you, Mr. Big, and Mr. or Mrs. Man, Mrs. Big, whatever the heck. We're going to get into that situation and see what you want to say, because I think everybody watching is like, what does this person want to say about all of this? Because, man, you really did a number on the wife or the husband, and you really did a number on the lover. You really are just pulling a number on both of these people. How do you feel about that? Well, number one, you have the moon card in reverse. You don't know what you feel about this. Like I said earlier, you don't want to hurt this person and you don't want to hurt this person, okay? You're trying to play the best of both worlds. You don't know how you feel about this, yet you're really emotional about all of this. You hate yourself. You beat yourself up. You also feel happy and satisfied sexually, intimately, and you have a sick part of you that enjoys the rush of having multiple people fight over you and multiple people want you and desire you and, in essence, spiritually fight over you. It feels good to be wanted. So this is where we lay. It feels very good to be wanted, but there's always a but. And in this case, there's 3 buts. But you have an issue with abandonment. Because if both of these women or men decided to leave you and smash you out of the picture, which would only be fair, by the way, you wouldn't even have anybody. You wouldn't have the kids, you wouldn't have the wife or husband, and you wouldn't have the lover. You wouldn't have shiznit. It would be you, bad, Mr. and Mrs. Big, all by yourself. And that scares you. And that's a fear. So you do have a fear that the ball may drop. You do have that, okay? So that's how you feel. It's a yes and a no. It's a go for it and a stop. You also fight with yourself mentally, and this is a little bit of insanity because the moon in reverse can talk about lunacy or insane or a little bit crazy or just mentally unstable. Okay, let's just go ahead and say mentally unstable because the moon represents the mind and the brain and the feelings. So there is instability because it's in reverse about you. And you're just a mess. So there are moments in time, Mr. or Mrs. Big, that you really hate yourself and you're so mad at yourself for hurting this person and hurting this person. And you feel like you're not even worth life. You feel terrible about you. And there are times when you want to show up and see this person and not touch them and not sleep with them and not be sexual with them. And there are times when you just want to be their friend. You just want to be their friend. But you can't deny the fact that there is passion, Page of Wands. You cannot, as much as you try. There is an attraction, and you cannot hide that from yourself. It's like your rod of passion gets hot and heated and enlarged no matter how hard you try to withstand the beauty and the energy of this Two of Cups soulmate. And as much as you don't want to go there with this person, you can't help but going there, because they just do it for you. They do it for you. You cannot control your passions. So as much as you try to be good, you can't. As much as you want to stay away, you have an obsession. You can't, okay? As much as you don't want to think about this person, let's just say you cut them the F off. It still haunts you in your mind, okay? Sexual fantasies, sexual thoughts, emotions, and dreams. This person still comes up to you.
And you know that's about me having bad thoughts?
Yeah.
Why are you talking about me?
I'm not talking about you, Matthew. I'm talking about this card.
And you're listening to me.
I love you. Now let me do my work.
And it's so sweet talking about me.
Okay,
And
sweetheart.
I have bad thoughts.
I love you, but I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
Okay. So anyways, that's that. Okay? That is that situation. All right? So on occasion, are you trying to be good over here and honor the vows and stay with this person for the long term? Yes. Are you still haunted by this person? Yes. Do you still find yourself returning to this person? Because the moon is return. It's a cycle. Do you still find yourself in cycles going back to this person's body, spirit, mind, heart, energy? Yes, the answer is yes. Whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, doesn't matter. You return to this person and it is on the mend and you know it. This is part of destiny. Now, everyone's sitting back analyzing this situation and you're all going, what the heck kind of destiny is this? First of all, let's not be so judgy. People have birth charts that have these placements. Some of the placements that are alive and well in this are going to be someone that has like a Rahu and Venus or a Rahu and Moon. Some of these people have Mars and Venus together. Some of these people have Rahu, Mars, and Venus and Moon in the 7th house. Some of these people are just Mongolic people. Mongol. That's an Indian word, a Hindu word, I believe, for Mars. And Mars in the 12th house, the 1st, the 2nd, the 4th, the 7th, and the 8th house in a birth chart will tell you that this person is going to have strange relationship and sexual interactions. One of the most difficult placements for marriage is a Mars in the 7th. That's number 1 on the chart for a difficult marriage with infidelity, okay? The second placement would be Mars in the 8th house. The third placement is Mars in the 12th. The fourth placement is Mars in the 4th. The 5th is Mars in the 1st, and the last is Mars in the 2nd. So there are placements that are going to make this person, Mr. Big, Mrs. Big, have this kind of a situation. And there's very much people here that also have that situation combined, or if they do not have a Mars placement there, they have one particular combination. And it is simply this: a Rahu and a Ketu axis in the 1st and 7th house. I don't care what the situation is. It's malefic. So whether you have Ketu in the 1st or Ketu in the 7th, Rahu in the 1st or Rahu in the 7th, it's going to be malefic. And it's going to cause divorce. Possibly. 9 times out of 10, it causes divorce. If it does not cause a divorce, then Jupiter or the moon saved them from having to go through a divorce. but a marriage would still be troublesome. A marriage would still be troublesome. So some people are saved from the divorce aspect, but some people are not. Anyways. I just thought you should know. Because people are a little bit judgy. And they think what a piece of crap Mr. and Mrs. Big is. Or
It's me invisible games with watches, with 3 watches on my watch. And this one is me flying action.
oh, I like your flying action. That's very cute.
It's watts and watts. It's like power stuff killing the guy.
Come here. I love you.
I like this agent person so much. This, like, the agent guy. Golden Eye, he's my favorite.
Okay, baby.
I'll go from my gun.
All right, so for some reason these videos keep trying to get interrupted. It's kind of weird, but we're going to keep going with it. We're going to keep going. Mr. and Mrs. Big. You have the dragon. You have strength and wisdom, which is very much like an emperor. And then you have the Knight of Swords. Triumph over adversity. So you are a strong masculine. And even the shield has the phoenix rising. So there is a phoenix on the shield. And this is a very impressive Knight of Swords. So the Knight is here. You have good intentions. You want to be wise. You are a strong masculine force, okay, with this King card, the Dragon and the Knight. So you are very much coming in a deep masculine. Now, whether you are physically, sexually, anatomically a male is not my prerogative here. Most of you are anatomically the male that's in this relationship, but there are people that are female that come off as I'm the fucking bitch in charge. I'm the one that runs this shit. I'm the one that involved a spouse and a lover. I'm the one that's bringing this in on me. So there are some women that are definitely like that as well. So I'm going to leave that open to your perspective. Your perspective. So don't worry about that other stuff, okay? It's an energy. Okay, I'm reading an energy, and many people can inherit different kinds of energies. Anyways, so that's coming up here for Mr. and Mrs. Big. The other card we have is King of Wands in reverse. Another shield. Wow. I think I'm feeling you have a lot of shields going on. Shield and shield and shield. Like you are just reserved. You are hiding. You are pushing people away. You are building walls. You're extremely shielded and extremely withdrawn. You do lack in confidence. Again, and I think the reason you lack in confidence with the Leo King in reverse is because you do have abandonment issues. Remember, if you lost both of them, you would be up shit creek. And you know it. If you lost both of them, it would be one hell of a dark night of the motherfucking soul. So you are living in fear. And the King of Wands is cocky. The King of Wands is overly sexual when it's in reverse. The King of Wands looks damn good. I mean, we're talking a very sexy individual here. Your pheromones, your scent is very attractive. You have an alpha male mentality. Even if you're a woman, you're that kind of an alpha woman. And it's extremely attractive. People always want the alpha. People always want the man or the woman in charge. People are turned on by the boss. People are turned on by people that are entrepreneurs, people that are fearless, people that are, you know, in charge, people that tell other people what to do, people that are not afraid to get into a fight. People are always attracted to the leader of the pack, the alpha. And so you very much have the alpha energy, and it's desirable. No wonder this person wants you and this person wants you. You're the alpha. I'm not fucking surprised there. You're attractive, you're good in bed, you're the alpha. You know, you've got some romantic tendencies here. You know how to put on a show. You know how to light up those candles. You clearly know how to make love to this fucking Two of Cups person. You know how to turn them the fuck on. You know how to make their soul turn inside out. You know how to make them melt in your hands, King of Wands. So you are a good lover, okay? You know how to make this person not want to let you go. You know how to make this person say, I'm going to stay in this for the long haul, no matter how many fucking temporary bitches this person has. I'm going to be the last one standing. I'm going to be the one with the ring, the one with the house, the one with the kids, the one with the family. You know, Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan in the movie had the fucking house in the Hamptons or whatever the fuck. She had a big house, a big yard, a garden, a Mercedes SUV, a beautiful closet. She was a clothing designer. She was beautiful. She had nice looking kids. She lived in a beautiful neighborhood. Most people would say, God damn, you have it all. You have it all. And you have family photographs of you and your good-looking husband and your children. You have it all. God, you're lucky. God, I wish I had what you had. Look at your bedroom set. Look at your wedding ring set. Look at your freaking furniture. Look at your cell phone. Look at your nails. Look at your vacations. Look at your lifestyle. God, you have it all. But deep down, this is, you know, I'm quoting from the movie, The Women with Meg Ryan. She's like, not really. I have a husband who's always gone. I have a husband I never see. I have a husband that rarely even shows up for dinner. I have a husband that only holds my hand and kisses me in public when we're out at a business dinner for his company, or a Christmas dinner, or an anniversary. I have a husband that buys me flowers and roses and chocolates and lingerie only after he feels guilty for fucking the mistress all week. I have a husband that's a wonderful father to my children, but can't make it to every baseball game, can't make it to every play. He works a lot, AKA fucks the mistress a lot. And that's just the truth of it, Mr. Big, Mrs. Big, and you fucking know it. You fucking know it. Mr. Big in Sex and the City, it was the same shit. I gotta work late tonight. I'll be back home in the morning. I gotta take a flight to Paris tonight for business. I'll be back home on Monday, knowing he got back home in the city on Friday night. So who's lucky? The lonely wife in the movies, for reality, could be a lonely husband. But the lonely husband, the lonely wife with the family, the kids in the house and all that shit. But what about this person, Mr. or Mrs. Big? We're talking to the King of Wands here. What about this person? How do they feel? This person flies in and flies out. This person rushes into my life, comes in out of the blue, off the plane to see me, stays here for the weekend or stays here for 24 hours. We make love all night. We go out to dinner. We have sushi. We have wine. We dance. We go to the beach. We spend time with my kids that I have at home or my family. We go off, you know, gallivanting in the city, riding, you know, scooters and freaking, you know, having, you know, strawberries and chocolate in the park and taking pictures together and, you know, again, making exquisite love. And it's happiness. It's pure bliss. But then they leave. Then Mr. Big goes back on the plane, back home to wifey or husband. Or if it's not a flight, you know, Mr. Big goes back wherever for the weekend or the week. The week. And this Mr. Big, King of Wands, you only see little lover, lover boy, lover girl for a few hours a week or maybe a couple nights a week. For some, maybe once a month. I mean, I don't know what your situation is. But it's not often. It's like you make the most of it when you see them, but it's not often. This person over here, destined lover, wishes they could have all week, all month with this person. I wish I had you in my arms every night. But the reality is, both of these situations are not ideal. Both of these situations are not happy. Both of these situations wishes they could trade and swap places with the other. She wishes she could have hot, passionate sex with her husband once again and be obsessed in love and romance, wrapped up in the love of it. And she wishes she could have the house and the kids and the fucking Park Avenue, whatever the fuck, and the vacations and the family portraits and the years and the anniversaries. She wishes she could have that shit. They both want what the other one has. And just like the show The Women, when they finally got together, the two gals, and it was a lot of drama, you're going to have to watch it. But when they swapped stories, they laughed together. First, they hated each other, despised each other. She said, he's going to get a divorce. He said he's leaving you and he's going to marry me. He's going to leave you. He's going to have a family with me. He got me an apartment. He paid my bills. He got my cell phone. We make love. You know, he's going to leave this situation and he's going to be with me. And she's like, nope. You are just temporary. You are a dime a dozen. Do you know how many people I've had to deal with? Do you know how many people I've withstood? I'm long term. I'm not going anywhere. Fuck you and fuck the horse you rode in on. I've got the kids. I've got the house. I've got the man by the balls. You don't have shit. So they're fighting with each other. Okay, that is the non-diplomatic way, but that is the Five of Wands cat fight over Mr. or Mrs. Big. Whoops. And only when they're able to see the other's point of view and make sense of the situation and really discuss who Mr. or Mrs. Big really is. Liar, cheater, deceiver, manipulator, little pity party, okay? I don't want to hurt anybody. Fluff. Once they realize this person is really just a confused, lost little puppy dog, they can make sense of the situation and get their power back. They can bust him out. If they only worked together, they could solve this situation. I think they should both leave, but that's in a perfect world. In a perfect world, in a perfect movie, they'd both leave and say, fuck him. But in the real world, we have birth charts. In the real world, we have karma. In the real world, it's not Hollywood. This person still has connections to this King of Wands forever because of their children. They still have to deal with baseball games, birthdays, Christmases, you know, whatever the fuck. They have to deal with that. They still have to see this person. They still have to see them at their kids' school. They still have to deal with them. And when their kids have kids, they're still going to have to deal with them as grandparents. So they are there for the long term. That's just the fucking reality. And the other reality is this person is destined to have some kind of passionate love and healing with Mr. or Mrs. Big. In the real world, there's got to be some kind of healing and eye-opening spiritual awakening experience between the both of them, or they wouldn't have been brought together. So there's going to be some deep healing going on here. That's just the real world. We don't live in Hollywood, guys. We live in the real world here. We're doing real world reading. This is what lies between Mr. Big and the Two of Cups. Wait, that's reverse. Oh shit, fuck it. It comes out how it comes out. I'm just gonna grab it. We have love and innocence, heart on the line, higher purpose, and love potential. So a love that is growing. A love that was destined for them and has a higher purpose. Okay, a love that makes them feel vulnerable. And it is an innocent love in a way that they didn't mean to fall in love. They didn't seek each other out to have a tawdry affair. They were brought together by the universe. It just fucking happened. It was destiny. They didn't try to hurt anybody. It just fucking happened. And there is pure innocence involved with this. They didn't mean to cause all these fucking problems. We have true love over here. Roses are red for the husband or the wife. Rendezvous. It's like they love each other. And there is real, true love, just like I talked about with my soulmate that was cheating. We had true love, and he will always be important to me. And we will always have the past. We will always have the memories. And I think that's roses are red. But I will not be able to deny that there were rendezvous, Two of Cups, with this fucking person, which is the Two of Cups. There is no denying that in that relationship between them, there's always going to be that person. Right in the bed, in the sheets between them, there's always going to be that person that they've had rendezvous with, okay? Point blank. Why? Because it goes round and round and round. And didn't I say the fucking carousel earlier? I did, with the Six of Pentacles. I said someone's got to get off the carousel. Because this is going to go round and round and round and round and round, the carousel. And so this situation's not going to end. They're going to keep rendezvousing with Two of Cups. Rendezvous, Two of Cups ain't going nowhere. So what lies between the spouse here is divorce, because you're either going to get off the pot or piss or whatever. But this is not temporary, my dear. It's not. It's actually going to go round and round. Be a Barbie girl if you want in your fucking dream house. But that situation will not quit. Karma. Why? Because your relationship is up in the air. And that's the spouse there. Your love is up in the air. I don't know if I want it. I don't know if I don't want it. Okay? I don't know if I want this divorce, or I don't know. You know, I don't fucking know what to do. Listen, Linda, take my advice, like I said earlier. It doesn't matter how many years you're going to put into this. How many pastors, preachers, psychics, intuitives, healers, magic, spells, time heals all wounds, all that shit. That other person will always be in the midst of the two of you. Because the bond between them is already intense. Destined lovers. They share something that you guys don't. Not everyone has that situation, but some people do. In the case of my situation, my soulmate didn't have a true love like twin flame, two of cups, divine soulmate. But my soulmate did have another destined lover that was his soulmate that he was intended to have a child with. And in his case, 2 children. While we were together, he cheated on me and our family and had 2 secret children. And his own mom kept that shit from me. He wasn't there for them. He wasn't there for the birth. He wasn't there to change their diaper, feed them, give them a bottle, watch them take their first steps, raise them, take them to the park, take them to school. He wasn't there. But he was meant to have children with somebody else. And as much as he wanted to come be back home with us and take our kids to school and cook for our kids and sleep with me and be home and be around our family and celebrate Christmas and celebrate these things, there was always the other woman between us. And as much as he cried and as much as he tried to make it right, how can it be right? Even before those kids happened was other temporary mistresses. And it didn't matter how many times he would come and apologize and beg and plead and cry and tattoo my name on him and tattoo our kids' names on him and tattoo my name on his ring finger and dedicate himself to me publicly and, you know, sing to me in public and announce to all his family I was the love of his life. How does any of that fucking matter? When that shit is going the fuck on. I'm sorry, but the end of the story is it doesn't fucking matter how many times you hear it or how often this King of Wands in reverse wants to fix it. They, Mr. or Mrs. Big, are fucked up. That's what this is. Their feelings are fucked up. Their mentality is fucked up. Their loyalty is fucked up. They don't know if they love you or they don't. They don't know if they want to be real or they want to be fake. They don't know if this is love or this is love or this is love or they should be with no one or they should be with this person or they should commit to... They don't fucking know. They don't know their head from their ass. Very Libra, by the way. And like I said earlier, before you judge on why people are in those situations, you need to see their chart. Okay? I saw mine. I know why he was murdered. I know why I was a young widow. I know why my kids were separated from him. I know why our relationships were troubled. I know why he lived 2,000 miles away most of the time. I know why we had a separation and our marriage didn't last. Saturn and fucking Jupiter in the 12th house. Not to mention Mars in the 7th house. I know why. And there's no disputing that. There's no, I was stupid, I made dumb choices, it was an accident, I was foolish, I had to learn. Yeah, some of those things are very true, but that's not why it happened. There's no, he was just a rotten son of a bitch. I'm sorry you met such an asshole. I'm sorry you had to put up with such a lying, cheating, low down, dirty piece of scum. I'm sorry you and your kids were put through that. I'm sorry for the other woman to be drugged and strung along and put through that. I'm just sorry for all of you. No, no. I don't need apologies or sympathies. I understand why my soul had to go through these measures. I understand why his soul had to go through his measures. I understand everything. I can read astrology now and I can make sense. That's some things I had to go through as a soul. These are some things my kids had to go through as a soul. Everything makes sense. What's even more creepy, my chart said I would be a young widow before the age of 36, and I was. More than once, 2 times, a young widow. And what's even more weird is the woman that he had children with, also the same as me, had been widowed 2 times, including him. So she had children with multiple people, and she lost by a death 2 of her children's fathers. So she and I had a karma together as well. And the women that my kid's father would fall into relationship with obviously would lose him. That was fate. That was karma. That was destiny. What are the chances that 2 women would have lost 2 people? That 2 women from across the world would deal with the same man and have the same issues? I call that destiny. And I looked at her chart. So believe me, it was not a series of mishaps or poor choices or whatever the fuck, okay? It wasn't. What it simply was destiny. Destined lovers. And it happens. And I understand him. And I understand why he had whatever feelings he did for her, and why it went ongoing for a little while, and how he must have felt torn between us, and how he couldn't help but feel some sense of attraction to her and her situation and be drawn to her and continue to sleep with her enough to have 2 children. I can understand where karma and destiny led him, and how shitty that must have fucking been to be him as a human being. And it's funny, Christina, you just gave a comment in there. Fernando is my husband and fits to the T. Funny how your husband's name is Fernando and my ex's last name is Fernandez. You see, destiny always comes in to give confirmations. It always comes in. And it just means you're on track, you're in alignment, you learned your lessons, and yes, this is right. I know this now. I was up shit creek for many years not knowing this, feeling lost, feeling stupid, feeling naive, and feeling angry, and not at peace. But now at this point of maturity for myself, it is, I love and care for the other woman that he had a destiny and a tie to. I was this person, but now I understand there was a destiny and a tie to that person. It was written in the stars. And me and her are actually somewhat friends. We're no longer enemies. We can talk on the phone, exchange pictures. We check in on each other from time to time. Our kids keep in touch. We saw each other at his funeral, and we were the 2 gals that got along. Well, the other batshit crazy gals didn't. We got along. We were the baby's moms, you know. We were the 2 women that had a destiny and shared a family with this man. Quite different from anything else. And we had a connection and we had a bond. And as much as we had years of hate between each other, because she wanted what I had and I wanted what she had, I wanted her to stay away from my family and disappear, fall off the face of the planet. When all the death and all that happened, I made peace. Had to make peace. I saw her and we cried together. It was very weird, but we cried together and mourned the loss of a man that we both loved. In different ways. But that's where you get to the point where you make peace with your past and you make peace with your chart. You understand why your relationships have been batshit fucking crazy. You understand why you've been in difficult tawdry situations like this if you are one of these people. And hopefully, after this reading, you won't be so hard on Mr. or Mrs. Biggs. Because they have a shitty ass fucking karma too. They have a shitty ass fucking karma to be tied to this situation and this situation and feel completely out of control and confused and scared about the situation they're motherfucking in. Because they don't know why they're feeling what they're feeling and what are they going to be feeling tomorrow. They don't know if they love themselves or they hate themselves. So they go through these up and down battles. A love-hate relationship with themselves. That's one hell of a fucking karma. I'm just glad at this day and age, at this point in my life, I can step away from love situations like this and just say, woosah. Now, at my place of wisdom for myself, I can understand this situation and this situation and this situation with no harsh judgment. I can see where all three of them are coming from, which is why Spirit led me to do this reading. Because I don't have judgments on either's, olives, whatever. Okay, I don't have those kind of judgments. I understand all of them. And I understand the pain and the suffering and the karma and the love and the sadness and the hopes of all of them. Every one of them makes sense. And I'm at peace. And I'm at peace with destiny. Whatever will be, will be. Whatever's in the astrology birth chart will be. I'm open to those lessons. And when the time comes, when the Mahadasha arises, the Antradasha, the time period, the transit of the planet, I know that it's going to happen on this year. There's some shit that's going to get brought up. At least I know what I'm getting into nowadays. And I can do it with grace and dignity. You know, my Saturn has matured. After the age of 36, most all of your energies will have truly matured. And Saturn will be a little bit more at ease. And Rahu and Ketu will be more at ease. And Mars actually matures at 32. So once you're into the mid-30s, believe me, things start to be a little bit easier. Now, because age doesn't matter. There are children that are 5 years old that have more brilliance in their mind than a 100-year-old man. More universal understanding. So age doesn't matter, and it bugs the fuck out of me when old-ass women or men say, I'm the smartest person in the room. No, you're not. So I want you to know age doesn't matter, but it does come with experience, and most of the time, people that are older and have experienced so much of this, they can clearly help and teach others and, you know, be a support system. And we should honor that. So anyways, let's get a little bit more information here. Just before I start, I saw this on the bottom, mastering a karmic lesson, which makes sense. I think I want to keep that one out for the now. Because both of you, all of you, three of you are making sense and mastering a karmic lesson. You guys are learning what I had to learn, which was to make peace with each other and to understand each other and understand each other's position and how each other feels and love each other. Because at the end of the day, if you guys can all love each other, and I'm not talking sister wives, okay? No sister wives, no sister, you know, hubbies, brother hubbies, none of that, okay? None of that, everybody. I'm not promoting that. I just mean when you guys can just make peace and make better decisions, then you're at a good place. I want to ask, when is that going to happen for Mr. Big? Because for Mr. Big, he ended up marrying SJP in Sex and the City when they were older. And after the 80s and 90s and the 2000s came in, so after 20 years of their on and off relationship, Mr. Big and SJP in the show finally tied the knot. Okay? So that was a good day. You know, that was the Two of Cups tying the knot. And, you know, if my ex was still alive today, I would wish him the best of happiness. Whether it's with me or with somebody else, I would really honestly just wish him the best of happiness and joy. And I would be just very happy raising my children with a loving parent. But the only time you learn that lesson is through hardships. And it's because I've had to raise my children with a lack of parent. So when you don't have something and you lack something, you realize what's really important. And it's not sex, and it's not the love and the passion. It's the parenting and it's the friendship. That's really important. And now I value that more than anything. More than anything. But back in those days, when I was back and forth in situations like this, passion and love and romance was number one. And that was the wrong state of mind. And I told you before, I really resonated with this person in this reading, but I have also been this person and also shared a child. So I've shared children in both situations, and I think Spirit brought me through that hellfire so I could teach these lessons. So I've been on this side of the arena and this one, and I can tell you, being the secret, being the affair, being the one that this person lies about, being the one that this person tries to run away from, being the one that this person wants to deny, is very, very painful. Because I know what we shared and I know what we had. And it was just a shame that this person was so scared and in fear of losing something here that he destroyed this in the fire. The destruction. But through the fire and the destruction of our relationship and our family rose the phoenix. And today I am here with a YouTube channel helping you good people through your relationships. And I will continue to help people throughout my life. And I will always be a voice of reason for my children in whatever love situations they're involved in. And their friends and my family and neighbors. I am here. I give advice today to my aunts, to my grandparents, to my parents, my mom, she's left, my brothers and their wives. And I will continue to do so with my nieces and my friends that come to me for advice. So Spirit brought me through the hell because Saggy Rising, always look to your nakshatra and your ascendant sign. Why were you born? And why did you go through what you went through? So I can be a Saggy teacher. So astrologers can look at my chart and say, I know what's going to happen to her, the losses she's going to have, the troubles she's going to have, the lessons she's going to learn, and the moksha she's going to have in finding enlightenment through all of this, and her purpose of helping others rise and teach. So I'm fulfilling my purpose, and I'm very grateful and happy. I just want you guys to find your purpose as well. So through these tarot cards, Spirit, can you please guide and direct me? Is this King of Wands, Mr. or Mrs. Big, going to make a decision? Who are they going to decide? Who is Mr. Biggs or Mrs. Biggs going to decide to commit to? Who? Who are they going to decide? When? When are they going to decide this? Wow, I literally have chills. First of all, Page of Swords in reverse, you're being spied on. Whoever's watching this video, you're spying or you're being spied on, but there is spy hunter shit going on. Okay, we have Snoop Dogg on the job. Okay, Snoopy Dogg. What we also have going on, by the way, Libra air sign, could be Gemini. What we also have going on is the King of Wands in reverse is going to choose a union, is going to choose a marriage or a connection. This is the altar, the Four of Wands, the 1111. This Mr. Biggs is going to choose commitment and marriage and will walk down the aisle of some kind of major commitment. That is the choice of the King of Wands. Who are they going to choose? Who out of these two lovely young ladies or young men? The Three of Swords in reverse. That's who they're going to choose. And this person is someone who has been brokenhearted. This person has had 1, 2, 3 swords stabbed straight into their heart. This person has suffered and grieved and been at loss after fucking loss, and has said to themselves, I give up on all of it. I don't want any of it. None. This is a very meaningful card to me, and I'm going to tell you who this is. This is Damien from the show Vampire Diaries. He and his brother are 2 vampires that fall in love with the same girl. I don't know her name. Katarina or some shit. Anyways, she falls for his brother first, not him. She falls for his brother, which I think his name was Sebastian. Could be wrong. I think it is. And it was a love story like Romeo and Juliet. In the beginning of the show, you're like, oh my God, they're perfect for each other. You know, totally Bella and Edward, you know, you want them to be together. Then this brother comes around and he's a total asshole. He's rude, he's arrogant, he's good looking, he's a ripper, which means he loves to just be violent and take blood. He's just a menace and a rebel and a bad boy and just mean and cruel. And he's like ravishing this cheerleader girl every night and making her lose her memory. So she doesn't know that it's him that's fucking sucking her dry like a toy. And so Katarina, who's in love with his brother, thinks Damien is a piece of shit. He is a no good, low down, dirty, just piece of shit, and she hates him. I'm not going to explain the whole story. You guys are going to have to watch that shit. It's too much for me. But at the end of the day, she discovers he's not who she thought he was. He is not who she thought he was. He's not evil. He's not cruel. And come to find out how he became a vampire in the first place was because the man she fell in love with, Sebastian, was a vampire and against his brother's will turned him into a vampire when he didn't want to be a vampire. His brother tried to give him the choice and he said, no, I would rather live my life as a human. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to be a vampire. I'll always love you, but I don't want to be a vampire. Well, his brother, Sebastian, the man Katarina really loved, changed him without his permission, which was fucking cruel. And he woke up changed and angry at what his brother did. Angry and bitter and hurt, and he hated himself. And that's why he was a ripper. He was miserable. And he wanted to die, but he couldn't die. He had to live eternally. So he was bitter and angry, and that's why he was a son of a bitch. She didn't know that. He also had a soft side for her and people and his brother, and if they ever needed him, he'd be there. So she learned he was actually much more sweet and much more kind, and he had a story that actually brought tears to her eyes. Because he told her before his brother changed him, he was in love with someone. And he wanted to be with her. And she chose him. But the brother was jealous. And that was part of the reason he changed him. But he lost the love of his life. He lost a human life. He lost a career. He lost so much. And I think that's why I chose him with the Three of Swords, because from the very beginning of Damien's story was loss after loss from the very beginning for him. So he was full of heartbreak, full of a broken heart. And then after all that shit happened, which was so sad for his life, he fell in love with her as well, but she was in love with his brother. Remember, we thought they were picture perfect for each other. His brother gets sick or put away, or he runs away, or some shit happens. I don't know. He's out of the picture for a while. And she falls in love with him. And they have a romantic relationship. And long story short, after she's madly in love with him and no longer loves Sebastian, she gets hurt. And in order to save her life, her memories had to be erased. She would never remember loving him. She would only remember hating him. He gave her that gift of life anyways. He gave her the gift of life to stay human. And he wanted it for himself, but he gave it to her. He wanted a human life with her. But he sacrificed an elixir to give him a human life to give to her so she could live and she would forget him and forget she ever loved him. When she woke up and looked at him, she said, you know, I hate you. And she completely forgot the relationship they had had. So he spent his days, and this is a black veil in front of him. It's on fire. I don't know if you guys can see that. He's right behind a black veil. Okay. And he stayed there behind a black veil, basically, of anger, watching the woman he loved go back with his brother, live a life of romance and happiness while she hated him. She didn't even remember why she loved him. She didn't even remember that she loved him. But he loved her enough to let her go and be happy. And he retrieved back to his darkness. He went back to being a ripper. He went back to his old ways. Anyways, it was very sad. And that's why forever Damien, for me, in the Vampire Diaries, will always reflect Damien, the one with the broken heart. The one that had his heart broken by the women he loved and the brother he loved. And the God that he loved. Okay, just a broken-hearted person. So, when I describe who the King of Wands is going to choose, the King of Wands is going to choose Damien, the unchosen one. The King of Wands ultimately is not going to choose Sebastian, the seemingly perfect pair, the original one, because it was Katerina and Sebastian first who got together and fell in love and seemed perfect. But then when Katerina really learned about their stories, she couldn't help falling in love for Damien. And even though Damien was left in the shadows and the King of Wands went back to Katerina and Katerina went back to Sebastian, even though that shit happened, at the end of the day, and even at the end of the show on the Vampire Diaries, Katerina eventually chose Damien. She remembered how much she loved him because love heals all wounds. Love overcomes all things. Love is a miracle cure. Love is indestructible. And love in its purest form is the most powerful elixir of everlasting life. And there was a very dark time where he had to get pulled out of his darkness, and her love for him was reawakened. And his love for her was reawakened. And they ended up in the show together. Damien and the girl, they ended up together. Shockingly enough, right? You would think that Sebastian and her would be together, the original, the OGs, right? The beginning of the drama. They would be together, but that's not how it worked out. True love is the most beautiful story, even in the most ugly situations. Whether you're talking about vampires and death or heartbreak and loss, love somehow makes that story beautiful. And I can tell you, King of Wands, Mr. Biggs, Mrs. Biggs, is going to choose the one that was not first, the one that was wounded, and the one that was unchosen, the one that was betrayed, the one that was left brokenhearted, the one that sacrificed the love and the relationship, the one that walked away, the one that said, I give up. I want you to be happy. Even if I live my life behind this black veil of sorrow and misery and sadness and brokenness, I want you to be happy. That sacrificial person is who Mr. or Mrs. Biggs is going to choose. That's the Four of Wands. That's the 1111. That's the destined lovers. So there's your answer on who and what Mr. Biggs is going to do, or Mrs. And then we looked at the timing. Well, when is this going to happen? Well, the answer here, number one, is divine timing, and everyone hates that, but that's the corny truth. Wheel of Fortune is God's hand, Yad-He Vad-He, God's clock, God's watch, the universe's magnificent ways, and however it's destined to show up in charts. That divine timing, that Wheel of Fortune, your fate, the will that is fated for you, it's going to happen in those divine times. But if there's any other clues that might portend to a time frame of when this may happen, it's very much going to be a watery season, okay? A watery time or a watery month. Page of Cups with the Empress could highly signal Cancerian energy. And in tropical, that is late June and July. In Vedic sidereal astrology, that is July to early August. Okay, so that could be within a month's time frame, could be, or it could just be around a watery month, because the Empress, the pregnant mother, is showing here the mother of the zodiac, which is Cancer. Okay, but a lot of people also see her as Taurus or Libra. So if you want to portray it on a time frame where it lands on a Taurus timing or a Libra timing, it could also be that timing as well. But strongly what sits here is a watery timing because of the Page of Cups. And even the heart on the letter is a lovey, watery message. So I do think there's going to be some kind of movement, divine timing, during a watery season. Could be Scorpio or Pisces. But most likely it's Cancer. Just saying, it doesn't have to be this year. It could be next year. Remember, this is all divine timing. But I'm here to tell you this and give you some kind of knowing that if you fall along the lines of Damien and the Two of Cups, I feel you will be chosen. I feel ultimately aligned with divine timing, you will be chosen. If you want it, because nothing's shoved down your throat. But I feel like if you're this person, you're going to be Sebastian here. You won't be chosen. There will be an apology. There will be sorrow, and there will be sadness, and there will be heartache. But ultimately, there will be a divorce or the ending of a relationship. Why? Because your passion and your love is down the toilet, along with the commitment, the promise made to each other, the vows was broken, and therefore the contract is broken. and the union is down the toilet. So I just wanted to, you know, be clear about that. And I'm sorry if that ruffles anyone's feathers, but that is the story. That is the way the cards came out today. Even amongst all of our interruptions and difficulties and hardships to get this reading out, that's what it comes out to be. Spirit, what do you want to tell the collective about this message? What do you want to tell the collective? Spirit says, my dear collective, it is a time for you guys to go into deep, dark times of isolation. Time that you guys, collective, need to be alone. You need to go do you some Damien time. Okay, walk away from the situation and be in isolation. Virgo energy, Hermit card energy, Saggy energy. It's time to step away and be alone. Reflect, go on the inside, do some soul searching. Major soul searching. Bottom of the deck here says, reminiscing on the past precious moments. Heal, grieve, keep love alive. Be in a Six of Cups forgiving energy, but also in a peaceful energy and in harmony, making peace with the past while still loving the past, okay? So it's about, you know, reflecting on past. This is Judgment card energy, right? Pisces, reflect, go within. Go within. Plan for the future, guys. Travel is good for the soul. Plan a trip. Plan a vacation. Get the fuck out of here, collective. Go to the mountains. Go to the snow. Go to the beach. Go to wherever. Go to the desert. I don't care where you go. Just go. Plan some kind of a trip. Get a coffee mug, enjoy your coffee, get out there with those sunglasses or big puffy jackets, wherever you are, depending on your situation, and breathe in that good ass prana, baby. Diving deep with Ralph Smart. Maybe you could go on vacation and listen to Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters. Diving deep, right? It's time for you to do that. It's time for you guys to get out of self-pity and prepare for a twin flame union. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Prepare for a twin flame union approaching. Woo, hot fire. Why? Because fairy tales do exist. Oh, shit. And then under that, as if it couldn't get any fucking better, a reconciliation is coming. Divine timing. Just a little divine timing for that ass, that's all. Thought you should know. It's always in divine timing. But if you didn't think there was going to be some Six of Cups reconciliation on your radar, honey, you wrong. It's on the radar. It's on the radar. It's a-coming. No stopping this train. You're on the right path. This is no ordinary love. You're on the road to recovery. And the truth shall set you free. Do some reflection, guys. Spend some time alone. Get out in nature. Isolate. Heal. Travel. It's good for the soul. It's good for the soul. Understand, like I said earlier, people get into these situations because of their karma, because of their chart. It's not because you're an idiot or a dumbass or a bad person, okay? It's because you have some karmas to deal with. I know you're going to deal with them, and I know you're going to come out on top.
Oh, really?
I love you.
I came to see you.
I came to see you, you little monkey. You're very good at making an agent guy. I'm almost done. I love you. You're so cute.
And how to make this agent guy supreme.
Okay.
It's real hard.
It's real hard?
Yeah.
You are so good at it, though.
Microplastic.
All right, so I'm going to get a message from the DM before we go.
No.
Hey, he can have it. We're going to get a message from the DM and get an oracle and be on my way out the door. Bottom of the deck from the DM, I'm committed to improving myself. You inspire me
Upside down.
to grow and heal. And I really think the divine masculine is talking to me, the teacher, the one that's doing the reading. The divine masculine is telling me, Steph, I'm committed to improving myself. Thank you for this message. You're inspiring me to grow and heal, and I appreciate that. So that is a thank you to me from the DM collective, showing up from the middle, Mr. or Mrs. Biggs, by being completely raw and understanding of them and helping them move through this difficult energy by understanding their chart. Okay, so you're welcome, masculine. And the cards that come out for the feminine from the masculine are this. Divine Feminine, I've been hurt so badly before, and I'm afraid of the damage you could do to me. I've never loved like this before, like this Two of Cups, and to have to lose you would be my undoing. Okay, so the Divine Masculine is admitting some fear with the Moon card in reverse. That Divine Feminine, I've hurt her or him, and I'm afraid that that karma is going to come back and bite me in the ass, and you're going to hurt me in return. I'm terrified of that. I'm also terrified that whatever I did to this person, what if I do that to you? What if I screw you over like that? I couldn't live with myself. And if I lost you because I've never loved like this before, that would be completely destructive in my life. And so the masculine is really just owning up to that for you. And the other message from the masculine is, I feel selfish not giving you time, feminine. I feel selfish by not giving you time and energy and attention that you crave. So there is kind of an apology showing up, because remember earlier I said you only get bits and pieces of the masculine. You only get a night, 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe a week out of the month, maybe whatever, but a fly-by-night kind of situation. And you love this person and you wish you had the commitment, you know, and you crave this person's love and you crave this person's body and friendship and everything. And you're just miserable without your lover. Your DM says, I am sorry, really. And I feel very selfish. And it's not fair to you. It's not fair to you to have me just fly in and fly out once in the blue. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to you to have me just pop up when it's convenient for me. And so there is an acknowledging from the Divine Masculine to you, Femme, about that. Okay, so feel good about that. Feel good about that message. Let's get a Love Oracle, Arrows of Love Oracle from your DM to the DF. Mr. Biggs, Mrs. Biggs, what message do you want to give the collective? Okay. Anticipation. Woo! Popping that cherry. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, caged heart, damaged. Divine Feminine, my love belongs to you. I may be in a position where I'm not fully yours, but my heart is caged and it is yours. And my heart is hurting and I am damaged, and I understand you're damaged, and I understand you're caged and hurt too. But I also understand that we're going to look forward to healing this together. Okay, I anticipate healing this and being free and uncaged. All right, but this is my love is yours. My heart and my love doesn't belong to anyone else. I love you more than anyone. You are the love of my life. No matter the shitty dispositions we're in, I love you, and that's it. I do not have love for another. So I am yours. I am yours. I anticipate the day I can unleash my heart. Okay? They look forward to being around you, but their heart is yours. Now, let's get an oracle for the outcome for what the collective needs to know. Whoo, Mr. Big, Miss Big. Y'all, some drama on this reading. My neck's hurting on this one. Okay. Spirit, please guide and direct me for a message for the collective. What is it we need to know? Ooh, so this is a new one. This is Sri Bala. Sri Bala. Ooh, this is a beautiful card. This looks like Lord Shiva to me, but I can't be sure, but it looks like Shiva to me. Anyways, I noticed the third eye awakening for both of them in the color of amber. And this is about sacrifice. Sacrifice and dedication and being a child. I think it honors the inner child and the purest form of who everyone is. This is your purest form, your innocence, and your intentions. So I don't know. I'm curious to know what this card has to say. Number 27. Let's get in. Okay. Divine child, wisdom beyond her years. Ooh. So there's a divine child. And didn't we talk about that earlier? It doesn't matter how old you are. It matters on the wisdom that you have as a soul. And this child has wisdom beyond her years on this earth. So divine child with wisdom beyond her years, the old soul, with deep knowing, dwells within our hearts. She urges you to commit to your most passionate inspirations, completely and without hesitation. There are genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you recognize. Oh my God. You guys, believe it or not, have a huge capacity to get what it is you want in this life more than anyone around you could ever believe. So it says, believe in yourself, everybody, even when nobody else does. No one, not me, not your mom, not your brother, sister, lover, mother, whatever, okay? When no one else believes in what you want and what you will achieve, honey, who cares? You have the power, so believe in yourself when no one else does. It is not imagination that drives you towards your goal or your destiny, but it is an instinctive recognition of your true purpose. Validation from others will come later when you get your win. Your path is unique and your path is authentic to you. And you are destined to succeed. The aspect of Lalita Tripura Sundari is Sri Bala, and it translates as the divine child, or more specifically as God the daughter. It is far more in commonplace for the divine child to be represented as male. And in numerous cultures, having a boy is considered particularly auspicious. So Sri Bala is not only a celebration of the divine feminine child, but an inversion of dominant cultural values. Her presence shakes things up. Her presence shakes up traditional power structures with her combination of innocence and fearlessness. This is my sense that there are emanations of Sri Bala in the form of particularly pure-hearted, fearless, and empowered young women speaking and acting for the protection of the feminine in our world today, such as through environmental activism. It is taught that Bala asks her goddess mother Lalita to allow her to join the battle against evil. She is so passionate to fulfill her inner yearning that her body cannot even keep still. Lalita expresses her concern that Bala is still a child, inexperienced, therefore potentially vulnerable. She frets at the thought of losing her daughter, especially when others could take her place on the battlefield. However, Bala petitions her mother again, asking to be allowed to express who she is. And Lalita recognizes her daughter's determination and provides her with armor and her blessing, at which point Bala kicks demon butt and saves the day. She conquers 30 demons in an extremely difficult yet perfectly executed martial arts demonstration. Now that's some serious girl power. Sri Bala arises when we need to trust our feminine energy and honor it. It feels what's right on an inner level, not allowing a lack of external validation to detour us from our innate and authentic purpose and destiny. Muscle does not have to meet muscle. The strength of intention combined with the pure and fearless commitment to our true self is enough to change course of what is happening. The mountain can be moved by faith, the size of a mustard seed. The story of this feisty Bala can inspire us, and at first, we may gain no support for our efforts. We must still continue to apply ourselves. We do not need their validation to accomplish what is required. The Tantras teach that Bala saw the battle unfolding and what was necessary for her to attain success. With complete clarity, she already made a vision of it. Adults tend to underestimate a child's capacity to see what is going on, or the elderly seem to undervalue the teachings of a younger guru. Yet the child is the unconditioned part of us, the part that sees things as they are. And in a reading, the presence of Sri Bala implies that out of our instinctive desires to pursue a particular path of fulfillment, an expression is authentic from our soul. Bala is said to be Lalita's breath. What does that mean? Breath keeps energy flowing through the body. When Bala declares that she wants to fight, it is the stirring of an honest and natural impulse within. Your inner child is now deciding to fight in its own way. To breathe is instinctive. The child's wildness, unaffected and untamed of Bala, is the unconditioned self that knows how to move toward its natural fulfillment and desire. Our minds may step in and say, no, it doesn't make sense, or it is illogical, or it is impossible, or give us reasons why it is not appropriate. Like the unconventional notion of a little girl as powerful and able to be a conquering war hero, yet the innate wisdom of the soul needs to be allowed to manifest. She is not fighting for the sake of it. She is fighting against the evil that she sees, and she is capable to defeat because she is the gift created to do so. To allow for Sri Bala to arise within you is to allow for your protective spirit that sees truthful acts with purity and fearless commitment through a path, even if our mother worries about our life choices at first. The Divine Mother empowers her, and so too empowers us, to manifest our desires with the help of Sri Bala. Trust in your destiny. You are more capable of this task for which your heart yearns. There you go. I think that was pretty bomb. So it doesn't matter if your parents, friends, families agree with this relationship or this path. They don't understand your destiny. They don't understand your chart. Let them do what they need to do and honor the Sri Bala inside of you. You may think you're not capable of this, but you are. Because you were created for this path, this teaching, this karmic lesson. And you will master it. And in the end, you will have what is meant for you. And that's what this card really signifies. You will have what's meant for you. So anyways, that is my reading today, guys. Thank you so much. I love you. I'm going to go. I'm going to give you one little quick I am card as I'm on my way out. Please hit the like button if you've been listening to this reading so far. Again, I'm so sorry it made it into two places. That's really annoying. But whatever. Like and subscribe. If you guys are interested in anything I have to offer, please go to jks1111.com. If you guys want to join a tarot class, please go to jks1111.com. It's $100 off right now. It's available. If you're interested in me doing any candle magic for you in the next new moon and full moon, please go ahead to jks1111.com, purchase that. If you guys want to be a part of the extendeds, please go and subscribe to my channel at jks1111.com. Not YouTube subscriptions, but my website subscriptions. That's up and available for bonus features, bonus videos, and extendeds. All right. Spirit, please guide and direct me to a card for the collective. Show me what they need to repeat to themselves with an I am. Ooh. You need to repeat to yourself, I am captivating. You are captivating, guys. Say it, I am captivating. What does captivating mean, right? You guys all have your little definitions of what captivating means. But you get attention. You gravitate towards people that gravitate towards you. All right? You are enough. You are enough to get their attention. Captivating means, by definition, capable of attracting and holding interest, and very charming, such as you have a captivating smile, or you have a captivating laugh, or Steph, you have a captivating channel. I hope I'm captivating, but this says you are captivating, okay? So you are capable of attracting your love and holding their interest. You are captivating. All right? Don't forget that. That's it. I love you guys, and I'll see you. Max, yes, I'm on to you. I need to do that right now. I love you guys so much, and I will see you later, hopefully tomorrow. I'm running a little bit behind on some personals, but I am catching up. So I'm going to be finishing the last readings up this weekend. So if a lot of you guys are still waiting for your readings, I'm catching up. I'm going to go back in my calendar and see some of the appointments that I wasn't able to attend from the kid's birthday and stuff. So I hope you guys can understand. But I will be checking up on that, and I'm sorry. I love you guys so much. Remember, like I always say, this love is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming. And by all means, if you missed part 1, you missed out on a good thing. Okay? You need to go watch part 1 for real, for real. There was some really good messages before my video got interrupted. I was on a roll. So please don't miss part 1 to this beautiful reading. Okay? I love you guys. Check it out. See you later. Thank you, markers. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much, Elizabeth and Transformation Queen. I love you, Max. I'll be in touch with you again here soon. And thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Yin. Thank you, Gorgeous. Thank you all for being here. Chanda, Phillips, thank you so much. I love you. Be well. See you later, guys. Have a good night. Lots of love.